Today's video is sponsored by Black Gold Compost Company. I want to thank the good people over at Black Gold for the generous donation of all this beautiful black cow manure that we use in our video today, and it's made a tremendous success in our garden. I've been using black cow for many years, ever since 1980, and it's always made a tremendous difference in my garden, and I've been very pleased with our product. I highly recommend it. Thank you, Black Gold, for sponsoring our channel. Well, good morning, friends. I got an interesting little cherry tomato I thought you'd like to grow together with me today. It's called a gold nugget. We'll be right back after the break. Well, welcome back, homies. This is a pretty little determinate cherry tomato. It doesn't take up a lot of space, perfect for your little patio, and you can grow them in containers with ease. And this one is a golden color. This is one Nancy wanted. She just loves those pretty little gold colored tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. So this is a good little tomato. I got it from johnnyseed.com. So if you want to order some of these seeds, you know, for your spring garden, go check out johnnyseed.com online and order you up a bunch of them. But what we're going to do is we're going to get these growing. They're determinate tomatoes, so remember, they only bear fruit one time, and then that's it. So if you want a whole bunch of these, then you need to plant a whole bunch of them. These things are determinate. They only take about 60 days to harvest after you get them into pots. You need to get your seeds started about 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost, and then after the danger of the frost passes, then get them out into the containers, and you should be able to get these in about 60 days. So we got them started today in the seeds trays, and we'll be back in the days ahead, and we'll follow the progression of these pretty little old bitty gold nugget cherry tomatoes all the way to the day we pop some in our mouth. So we'll see you soon. Well, our gold nugget cherry tomatoes have been in the seed starting trays for 10 days. And as you can see, we've got some good germination. It's all still on the codling leaves, no true leaves yet, but we'll give it another couple of weeks and take a look at it again, and then we'll get it ready for the containers. Be back in a couple of weeks. Good morning, friends. We've had our gold nugget cherry tomatoes out here on the harden table for right about 5 days. So, you know, these guys are ready to get into the containers, and we're going to plant them today in some 3-gallon containers and get them out on the grow table so we can enjoy these little beautiful gold nugget cherry tomatoes here in the days ahead. So let's get started. Okay, I got all my containers. These are 3-gallon containers. This is what I'm going to be using for these patio tomatoes. I fill them up about 2/3 of the way, you know, about 3 inches from the rim. That's as high up as I fill it with the container soil initially. And this potting mix that I'm using right here is my own homemade stuff. If you want to make this yourself, we have a video on our channel. Go check it out. It's how to make your own container mix at home. If you're just doing 2 or 3 containers, just go buy yourself a bag of potting mix at your local nursery. But if you've got a lot of containers, you know, it might behoove you to just make up your own mix like I do. It stretches it a lot further. But anyway, this is how I get started. I get it about 2 or 3 inches from the rim, and then I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of blood meal to push the nitrogen, and about 3 tablespoons of bone meal to push the phosphorus. I want the phosphorus so it'll help develop great root growth and produce lots of blooms. And I want the blood meal so it gives a boost of nitrogen to push good, healthy stem and leaf development, foliage. So let me get these started. I'm gonna put the bone meal and the blood meal in here. Then I'm going to flood this container with water until it stands at about 2 inches of water, and I'll let that soak all the way down through the container so that it will pre-moisten all the soil that's in here all the way through on the bottom, because it's very dry from the peat. So we'll pre-soak that. It takes about 15 minutes for it to soak on through, and then at that point we'll go to the next step. So let me get started here. Okay, all of our pots have soaked down and they're good and pre-moistened. And as you can see, when it gets wet like that, that dry peat absorbs that water. You see how it sinks down some more, so it's down in the pot some. So at this point, what I want to do is add some more of my container mix that's still dry and bring this up to about 1 inch below the top of the rim here. So let me grab some more of that. And there we go. Next step is I put a hole in here with my hand, and I like to go from the tip of my middle finger to the middle of my palm. And that's the depth that I want to make for these determinate tomatoes. Now, when I got the hole dug, the next thing I want to do is add in some Epsom salt, about a tablespoon of Epsom salt right in the hole. Then I'm going to put another tablespoon of bone meal and another tablespoon of blood meal and another tablespoon of garden lime. Now this garden lime is nothing but pulverized dolomitic limestone. You can get it at any garden nursery. The reason that you want to add this Epsom salt and the garden lime is tomatoes are inherently deficient of magnesium. So if I put in the Epsom salt and the garden lime, that will give them a good shot of that magnesium sulfate, which greatly reduces blossom end rot. So always add the lime and the Epsom salt whenever you're planting a tomato, because if you don't, inevitably you're going to get blossom end rot. Okay, now there's the plant. It's installed. I put it in the hole, I collapse the sides, and I pack it down nice and tight. And I usually add just a little bit more soil, because I know when this gets wet it's going to sink, right? So I'll add a little bit more soil to give it enough soil to sink down when it gets wet again, because I'm going to have to water this when I get it over to the table. Because remember, the bottom 2/3 of the pot's already soaked. So now that I've added this next third of the pot, it's dry and it needs to be watered in. The last thing I do to these is I add in some of these bamboo canes. Now you can get these canes at any garden center. If you can't find them anywhere, look on our About page on the back of our channel, on our Amazon storefront link, and we have these available in there if you want to get them, if you can't find them anywhere. But what I do with these is I put them in a triangular pattern around the stem of that tomato, so that I trap the plant inside that framework of those bamboo canes. See how it's more stabilized now? When it's going to get into wind and blow it around, it's got a little bit of support. Water, irrigation, rain, anything that's hitting this, it gives it a little help. And I just leave these stakes in here for the life of the plant. So let me go ahead and get the rest of these tomatoes planted, and we'll get them over to the grow table and set them out, and we'll water them in that final time and get them going. Be right back. Okay, we got our beautiful little gold nugget cherry tomatoes all planted into containers and out on the grow table. We got 36 containers set, so that should give us plenty for us and our friends and family and those in need. So we'll share as much as we need to. But anyway, we'll be back in the days ahead, and we'll watch the development of these pretty little old tomato plants all the way up until we get us a gold nugget tomato off of them. So we'll be back here in I guess probably maybe in about a month. We'll see you again. See you soon. Well, today's April 21st, and remember we planted these from seed on March the 10th, so they're doing quite well, you know, just for 6 or 7 weeks. So these are the gold nuggets. They're already starting to put on some little blooms. If you take a little close-up look right here, you can see some of the little blossoms coming out on here, which is always an exciting part of the exciting stage of the development of the plant, because that means you're going to be getting tomatoes real quick. So we got the little yellow blossoms are coming out. The plant's got some good structure. They're getting some good height. They're good and strong stems. Good overall healthy plant. So we got 2 tables full of these gold nuggets, and we'll be back in the days ahead, and we'll watch the development of these all the way till we pop one in our mouth. We'll be back soon. Well, good morning. Our gold nugget tomatoes are just starting to come into harvest now, and this is our first harvest today. I've picked 1 or 2 last week along the way just to test them and give them the old taste test, and they passed. But anyway, here's the gold nugget tomatoes. Beautiful, beautiful little tomato. So me and Nancy got a whole bunch of them we're gonna pick today, and we're gonna enjoy them. Nancy's mama loves these things, so we're gonna give her a whole pile of them. So let's get to it. Well, that was a little quick pick. You want to show them what you got? Mm-hmm. You might want to show them closer so they can see it. Well, anyway, there we go. You want to taste one? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
You're not gonna spit it out, are you?
Mm-mm. It's good. Mm. It's good.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These are very good, and I just love the color, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I hope you had fun hanging around with us on this journey of growing these beautiful gold nugget tomatoes. They are determinate, so keep that in mind. If you're growing these, you'll see your plants start to go down. Don't be alarmed. That's because they're determinate. Once they put on their fruit, they die off. So it's just part of the cycle of life. But anyway, we had fun growing them. We hope you did too. I hope our video brought a smile to your face and some joy to your heart. So until me and Nancy and Bing Bing, see you next time. Always remember, by His hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day.
You want another one?
Oh yeah, but I gotta save some for Mama.
Okay.